There is only one life. That life is God. That life is perfect. And that life is my life now, says Dr. Ernest Holmes. It is in this one life that we live, move, and have our being. Jack and Cornelia Addington wrote, "There is no life apart from God. There is no overaction or restricted action or confused action. There is only perfect right action. Life cannot be constricted, restricted, impoverished, or depleted. Life is eternal, free-flowing, ongoing, unlimited, and never-ending. Life is omnipresent. There is no life apart from this perfect life." And today we're talking about life, the third of Thomas Troward's 7 Aspects of God. My title is taken from one of Dr. Holmes's books. Once again, Troward's 7 Aspects of God are light, love, light, peace, power, beauty, and joy. We've covered light and love in the prior 2 weeks. We'll get to the last 4 in the coming weeks. Singer-songwriter Daniel Nemad may have had Troward in mind when he wrote his song, "And So Are We." He writes, "God is light, and so are we. God is love, and so are we. God is life, and so are we. It's truth that cannot be denied. God is power, and so are we. God is peace, and so are we. God is beauty and joy, and so are we. That's the truth of ourselves and the truth of all mankind." What is life? According to Holmes, this is a universal wholeness seeking expression through everything. We are calling it simply life. Life is infinite energy coupled with the limitless creative imagination. It is the invisible essence and substance of every visible form. Its nature is goodness, truth, wisdom, and beauty, as well as energy and imagination. The Addingtons say that nothing can block or impede the progress of life. It flows and flows and flows. Nothing can interrupt the process of continual renewal. Like caterpillars going through an evolution into a beautiful, graceful butterfly, we constantly renew and evolve into higher, greater, deeper, and fuller expressions of ourselves. Troward says that everything vibrates at a certain level of livingness. Some things vibrate at higher levels, and the higher levels can have authority over the lower levels. We exercise authority over lower levels of livingness via consciousness. That is why thinking changes circumstances. We want to express God as fully as we can in life. We live for the delight of God. I believe it was Aurobindo who said that. And that means we must live as fully as possible, as the conscious, deliberate, intentional expression of God. Our purpose is to be successful, prosperous, loving, and thriving as we possibly can. To do less is to express the truth of our lives in a way that's too small and limited. Nona Brooks writes that life is a rendezvous with goodness, courage, kindness, faithfulness, service, and it is calling you and me to action. Life is, above all, a rendezvous with God. If we do not keep it, we miss the joy of living. Are you missing the joy of living? Are you keeping your rendezvous with God? You can fight life or enjoy it. You can't do both. It's your choice. But you can use the law to change circumstances. Life is a sacred journey. Choose to live fully. Troward tells us that belief in limitation is the one and only thing that causes limitation. He also tells us that the secret to enjoying life is to take an interest in it. Are you taking an interest in your life? Are you enjoying life? How is expressing as, through, and for you? How is it expressing? Dr. Raymond Charles Parker said, "Your life becomes the thing you have decided it shall be." He reminded us that thought controlled is experience determined. Life requires of us disciplined thinking if we are to become the full expressions of God's plan. Holmes tells us that the divine plan is one of freedom. We are free to express our highest and best because that's the divine plan, but we must take an interest in our life, all of it. And we decide what we want it to be and control our thought so as to bring that into being. Remember, your life is simply the one life expressing uniquely as you. You are here to express some unique aspect of the one life that no one else can express. It's time to step into life fully and live the life you're here to live.